rubric that, or the criteria that the students and I would look at for how they would be given feedback.
Yeah, so the rubric says basically these are what we're going for here, and then the description of the assignment's like, here's the actual assignment.
Mm-hmm. So that the assignments first, and then I have the rubric, and then I selected, I don't know if this is important for this, it's just like a draft assignment that I wanted to do, but I have like what would be a good, or
Ooh,
A
great.
paper kind of thing, or A draft, B draft, C draft. I have a sample of each of those.
Okay. Awesome. That's perfect. Yeah, I think that's great. And then I think the only other thing that then, in addition to that, the only other thing I would consider is how you want to give them feedback. Like specifically, do you want it to be more free form? In general, I would suggest that you go for some feedback that's a little more structured, like that maybe meets your, your like key learning outcomes. Like, I don't know if you do, your key learning outcomes by like week or for the whole semester or for an assignment, but I think that would be a good idea.
I don't know what my options are for how it can look. I was just thinking it could give me a list, like written feedback for each of the items in the rubric. They're like, I think,
Okay.
7 items, for example. So it could give me a text of feedback for each of those items. What could it do?
Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally. Okay, cool. Well, so then for your output, for y'all, I keep thinking about this. I really think it's helpful. I think Lucas probably already knows about this, and maybe Monica, but like I really think that it's helpful to just think about our prompts as like ICO, instructions, context, output. And the instructions are kind of optional, but like that's this kind of stuff. And then the context. So when this is all context, the description of the assignment, the rubric, and then the examples, that's context. And then your output will basically be where you tell the AI, like, here's how I want you to generate stuff for me.
Okay.
Cool. So let's see. Let me see if you're on here, Amelia. You are. Do you see this Amelia sample prompt in your view of the app, Amelia?
Let me look. Yeah, I do.
Cool. It would help me if you would just like, when you go here to this add to prompt, if you would just like drop in like as like the description of the assignment. Let's just start with 1, and then the rubric, and so like just paste it in and then put it in the prompt, and then the rubric and put it in the prompt. That'd be really helpful. And I'll kind of, and also if you have the examples, that would be great too. But if you don't, we can just set that up and you can fill them in later.
I have them, but I haven't put anything in the prompt yet.
Cool. Can you drop that stuff in the prompt?
Yeah. So in there it has like here's like, you are an expert on all subject matters, that kind of stuff. I haven't revised that at all. That's probably not what I want. I can revise that later, I guess. But
yeah, let's do that in this. Well, I'm going to try to get you with a finished prompt if we can in this hour, and we'll look at that too. Lucas, by the way, this would be a really good time for the on snapshot data structure thing, but whatever. I know that in the future.
Okay, so I've copied it, and I'm just gonna figure out where to. So it says custom instructions.
At the bottom here, where you see add to prompt, put the stuff in there, and then either enter or click the plus button.
How do I? It says add your overview notes here, or where do I? I'm not sure where it says add to prompt.
You're looking at the screen here that I'm sharing. Do you see a box like this at the bottom of your screen?
A minute. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can see that. Oh yeah, I do. Sorry.
Cool.
Okay, so And then do I just click the plus when I want to add it? Like once I pasted it in there, I just click plus.
Mhm.
Do that and see what happens. Okay. So I did.
Cool. So here, I should bet you if I refresh, I'll see your stuff.
Can you see what I put in there, or should I share my screen?
Yep, I got it. Perfect.
So it says research paper prompt, and then I have some criteria like the length, the APA 7, all this stuff, audience, and
Cool.
stuff about the final draft should be well edited. So I don't know if I should say anything about the final draft because this would just be feedback for a rough draft, but so they know.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's see. So this is would you say that this is the rubric and the assignment description, or is this just the rubric?
It's actually not the rubric. It's what I give them. It's like a page for the assignment, and then the rubric is separate. So I copied and pasted all the items in the rubric. There's 7 of them, but I haven't put those in here yet for the criteria.
Okay, cool. Can you put those into the 7?
So I can just add to prompt with those 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me copy those. Oh, I'm getting confused. Okay. Right? Can you see them? Let's see, 7 items. Rubric feedback on the following criteria.
Yep. Cool. All right. So
It's a little redundant. I hope it's okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
I mean, actually, I think it's a good. I'm gonna try not to just share lessons because I want to actually do this stuff with you. But one thing that I think is interesting about when you get into working with computers to help you is that I think as human beings, we think about the limits that we face in the physical life. We're like, oh, that would be a long way to walk, or that sounds like a lot to eat, or whatever. And computers, it's basically like a world of the infinite, where it's they can just take as much data as you give it. I mean, you don't want to give it superfluous data, but don't worry about overloading it or whatever. Just throw stuff at it.
But if I repeat
So,
something, it's not confusing because I repeat things with my students because they need me to repeat it. They need to again, but the computer doesn't really. So probably I should cut back on this eventually for the AI. Is that what?
So I think that I'll show you what I'm going to do here a little bit, and I think that it's basically, and I'm really close to releasing the prompt design course, but basically, I think hypothetically you could just put this information in, and I think this is relevant for you too, Monica. But you could just put this information in, and you could just be like, hey, you're an AI, I expect you to see that I said rubric feedback on the following criteria, so you're gonna know it's my rubric. I'm done. I did it. But I think that, and it could just be my personality because I like things to be clean and very well done. But I think that the reason that what would enable you to not worry about repeating stuff is if you make really clean prompts where you use and what I'm going to show you here is this. Remember, Amelia, we did the delimiters thing where we do the little
I
tags?
haven't added any of those in they were just in the Word doc.
Yeah, so I think if you do those and you keep your prompts clean, then, and especially if you specify in your output, refer back to the rubric, capital R, it's you're giving a lot clearer guidance to the AI. And so the AI doesn't have to do the inference work of sorting through this stuff. It's just you're able to say, that's what I told you. I told you this is the rubric. So, you know, so I think that that's where the benefit of making your prompts clean with delimiters and things is, that's where you get the benefit. So let me show you what I mean here. Let's do the rubric real quick. I think what we're going to do here is, I almost always find myself doing this, and this is a little bit my style, but saying in between the rubric tags, you'll find the grading rubric for this. Let's do this, the assignment, and I'll show you why. So I bet you say here after the rubric. Okay, cool. And then we'll do rubric, and then at the bottom, rubric. All right, so now we have basically said when we talk about the rubric, that's what we're talking about. And then I'm just, because I'm good at this, I'm gonna kind of show you guys where, especially, I think Lucas has done a lot of this, but where you, Monica, and Amelia want to get to with your skills in this prompt stuff, we're gonna use Markdown, which is what I was sharing with you, is like how you create titles and subtitles. And so I'm going to basically do like this little overview, be like, here's a rubric for the writing assignment. I say like, here are the elements of the rubric for the assignment. And then I'm going to do here, like, let's say clear thesis. I'm going to give it a title. And I think by giving it a title, what we're going to do, Amelia, is we're going to ultimately say, like, go through the rubric, and for each element, give feedback. Okay, actually, so we'll see, like, below, you'll find the elements of the rubric. Okay, cool. And then two little things, content. Can we make a more impactful title, like content, like, let's say quality of content?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll do critical thinking.
And up there, Davis, where you put where you find the elements of the rubric, does it matter if it's misspelled? Like if you have two of these, right? Will it catch it that it's a misspell?
It's better to not, but it'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It should be all right. Yeah, good call though, Monica. All right, cool. Yeah, and I think that this is the kind of thing that you'll only have to do, you want to do that often. All right, cool. All right, cool. I thought about trying to make a prompt that would take something like this and automatically convert it into this nice format for us, but maybe that's something I'll work on later. All right, cool. All right, sweet. All right, cool. So now we have like our rubric saved. And then just so...
Sorry, do you need that
No.
rubric, that delimiter in the at the top of it and at the very bottom of that section? Is that what you
Yeah,
did?
so like I looked at the official definition of a delimiter, and the official definition is to create a boundary around something.
Okay.
And I think that's a helpful definition, because like basically that's what you're doing, is like you're saying here. And so yeah, that's why you need before and after.
Got it.
And then I was going to show you guys, just so you know how to use the platform nicely, like if you're going to reuse this rubric a lot, like for me, for example, Amelia, like you might want to put your syllabus in here. I mean, because again, honestly, more information is good as long as it's relevant. But anyway, if you were going to reuse it, if you're going to reuse the syllabus like more than once, then you can go here and then convert to a note. So the difference between a note and then regular text, like this is just regular text in your prompt, is that a note will be here in your like notes collection, so you can reuse it.
Great.
And so basically that should be the rule of thumb. Am I going to reuse it? If I'm going to reuse it, make it a note. If it's just for the one prompt, then just put it as plain, just put it as text in the prompt.
If it's a note, can I edit it? Because those things can change. I can use it, but I can keep editing that note.
But remember that every time you edit it, it will be edited in all the prompts where the note is used, which is a benefit, but you should note, like, so for example, like if you did have your syllabus across all the prompts for a class, or like one thing that I do, like that I've shown, you guys might, I think everybody might think this is helpful. Like, I'll show you. And remember, you can just like always search up here for prompts and your notes, but like, yeah. So this note that I'm keeping, this Davis writing samples, I keep on adding to it. Because, and it's in a lot of prompts. And if you ever want to see where your notes are, like what prompts they're in, you can go this little 3 dots and you say about this note. So it's only in this social caption generator, but I like this idea of keeping a note with your writing examples, because then you can say when you give feedback, like, I want you to sound like me.
Mm-hmm.
It's, for some people maybe it's not that big of a deal, but like for me, I want my AI work, I don't want it to sound, I like it if it would preserve my tone and things like that.
How do you ask
Okay, cool.
it to preserve your tone? Or how do
So
you teach it that?
yeah, so the way, let's get into the output a little bit here. So like if we were doing the output structuring, so ICO output, then basically what you're going to do is you're going to tell the AI what to refer to. So like, for example, you say, now I want you to generate feedback on the feedback for the writer of the essay, capital E. We're going to add the essay that they want feedback on. When you generate this feedback, refer to the capital R rubric. So like, and we're going to make this a little nicer after a while, but like that refer to the rubric, you're saying this is, go there.
Mm-hmm.
So for the writing samples, you can be like, also, make sure that anything you generate is in my writing style. Something like that. If you save the tags as writing style, or you could say like similar in tone and style to what you find in the writing style examples. And then if we save the tags, writing style examples, then it'll refer to that when you go and have it, generate.
Okay.
So that's how you connect, the boundaries, to the, yeah. All right, cool. So we've got the rubric, and then you said, Amelia. Oh, so this is the assignment details, the research paper prompt.
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. So then similarly, we'll go like in between the assignment tags, you'll find details about a college level writing assignment I've given to my students. Hereafter, the assignment. All right, cool. So let's do some markdown. So research paper prompt. Let's see. Format. Cool. Link. Okay, cool. Audience. Or here, let's do. I'm going to do this as 2 hashtags because I'm basically creating a subtitle.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then,
All right.
yeah. Good.
Cool. All right, sweet. All right, cool. So like we've got that. Now, do you have these examples that you can put in here for us, Amelia?
Yes.
Sweet, that's kind of fun. I hope you have an essay that we can test this with.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
I cannot make promises that these are well scored.
That's cool.
Kind of hurried. Okay, should I put the A, B, C level drafts? I had more than one. I just didn't have time to add all of them, but I have a couple of A drafts. But let's see. Alrighty, the bunch.
Okay, cool. All right.
How many thousands of words can this thing handle? Because it's a lot.
So yeah, let's see if we go here, more info. Oh, we don't list the context windows here, but like, honestly, I don't think we'll ever hit it.
Like 200,000 or something.
Yeah, it's like 200,000 tokens, and a token. It's kind of nerdy, but a token's like 4 characters.
Oh.
So I've thought that, until you get like 50 plus pages worth of text, you don't really have to worry about it. Like Monica's going to hit that because Monica's doing like scientific work, and she might need to use, I think the longest model we have in this app so far is Gemini Pro. But yeah, for your work, Amelia, I would guess you're never going to come anywhere close. The only thing that you might want to consider, and I think this is relevant for you too, Monica, is like, I was like checking out some of the pricing today, and I'm going to add some more models to that platform after a while. But basically what's going on here is like Google has a lot of data centers, and so they're able to compete by making their models less expensive. So like, if you look at here, you can see the cost by model. But like, for example, for you to generate this prompt as is, Amelia, it's like about less than half a cent. So it's like, and then ChatGPT is like closer to like 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And ChatGPT is really good. I'm not going to lie. It's like the best one so far, especially this GPT-4. It's their best one. And then like when Monica, Amelia, you did an annual membership, and I think Monica, you did monthly, but Amelia, you've got like $150 worth of AI credits. And like, if you use Gemini, you're never going to hit your limit. You're going to never have to, buy any more of that stuff. But just so you know, like the model does matter a little bit. Claude's not a bad model either, that mid-price model. It's really good with language. It's really good at creating like customer-facing, readable stuff. Anyway, just so you know, the models, they are a little different.
Okay.
All right, cool. So okay, Amelia. So let's get these examples here. All right, here we go. So you go over here and edit. Oh, wait.
So spacing is kind of wonky because it's got title. I just copied the entire paper. It's got the title page, references pages, stuff like that. Is that a problem? It's not the actual just draft, the paragraphs.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I wonder why I got to check this out. It's like, there must be some really long, string. Okay, let's do this here. All right. All right, cool. So yeah, let's format these here. All right. So let's say, okay, in between the let's say the samples tags, you'll find examples of, so these are examples of papers that were submitted to you, and then you've got the grade for them, Amelia? Does it
Yeah,
have the feed?
I actually graded them. I would consider them kind of rough drafts though, but I give them a lot of feedback on these rough drafts. So
Okay.
I just said like this is a strong paper. It probably would get an A if I were to give it a grade.
Okay, cool.
I took the students' names off of them. So
All right, cool. All right, cool. So then we'll do samples. And then let's say,
that's a first sample, and it's a strong one.
okay, cool. Sample 1. And then so you would say that this is, so you want to put them into buckets based on like strong, medium, weak, or what? How you grade?
That
Like
would be
A, B,
better
C?
because I'm not. I don't really want to put it. I just want to give the students feedback. I'm not concerned about the grade.
Okay, cool. So like category strong. All right, cool. So I'm going to break this down into like the sample name, the category, and the content. All right, cool. All right, sweet.
Yeah, the paragraphs kind of got messed up.
All right, won't take us long.
Now, when I put students' papers in here, it will mess up their formatting, and I don't want to have to fix everybody's formatting for the AI. Like that might be too much for me. Like you're doing.
I don't think you're gonna. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal, honestly. Honestly, they're gonna go and the AI is gonna go and strip out any of the formatting, and it just looks at it as a big string of text anyway.
Mm.
But for me, like I think that it's helpful when you're building your prompt to just make it somewhat readable, where you're like, all right, cool, you know, I see where to put the mark down, basically.
Mhm.
All right, cool. And then
That's another strong paper. So I put another sample of a good paper. This is number 2, strong or A level.
okay, so we did sample 2. All right, cool.
Oh my God.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I think that if you do want to like expand, if you want to build on this a little bit, Amelia, one thing you might want to do is add your feedback. I don't know if you've given these people feedback, but like
Mm-hmm.
here you could do like you could do another one here. I don't know. It looks like, did this get cut off? This like one looks like maybe it didn't get the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe I missed part of that.
Cool. But yeah, you could go in and be like after the content, you could be like my feedback. If you've already, especially if you've already done it, like you wouldn't have to do more work. You could go like here and you could go like
Mm-hmm.
my feedback.
Yeah, I'd have to grab that off the rubric, so it would have taken me a while to copy and paste it all. So I didn't know I should do that. But that is a good idea to give it a sample of what I would write.
Yeah. Like, especially if you tied it to, if you tied it to the paper, then it would be like, all right, cool. So this was your feedback for that paper. All right, sweet. All right, sample content. And then you said that you want to break these into 3 categories of strong, okay, and weak or something?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
I think I called it. Yeah, I called them good. So strong, good, and fair.
Okay, cool. As a note, please note that I am giving feedback that.
Yeah. Maybe I should have just picked, instead of fair, like I could go way down to the weak ones to show it like a contrast, more of a contrast.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Well, so like I think that it is helpful to think about AI as just putting things in buckets. It's really good at that, especially if it has examples to say, "Oh, cool, this looks like this bucket." Like basically, think of it as like categorization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, let's put it down here. Let's put it when we tell it what to output. We'll say, "All right, cool." Feedback figure for the writer of the essay. When you generate the feedback, refer to the rubric to see what was assigned to them. We've got the rubric and the assignment, I think, in here, right? So let's take this out. And then see, we did take that out because we did that below. And then we've got this one. All right, cool. There's the essay. So we'll put this put this lower. Okay, so this is our notes here. We're going to take this out. So we'll put the samples up. I'll just convert this to a note. It'll be more manageable. Okay. All right, cool. So then this will be edit. This will be grading examples. All right, cool. And let's make sure you're on here, Amelia, because this will ultimately be yours. Yeah, cool. All right, cool. So there's Amelia's grading examples. Let's just take out the custom instructions for now. We've got the grading examples. Now let's move the rubric up. Okay, cool. So we've got the rubric, the grading examples, and then we've got the assignment. Let's move this up here too. All right, cool. So this is going to be called grading examples, capital G, capital E, rubric, capital R, and then I think assignment, capital A. Grading examples. It looks like we talk about the assignment here, so let's put the assignment a little higher. Cool. All right, so we've got our grading examples, then we've got the assignment, and then we've got our rubric. And then here are your essays. Cool.
To edit any of that, like if I want to switch out one of the essays and put a different one in, is that hard to do with the note?
No, so actually I am going to have you use this placeholder for that. I think that you're going to find that nice. So I'll just, because I know I just did a lot there, I'll like go back through it a little bit. Like, I don't think that it would totally confuse the AI, but I do think that, like, you see that I say in the rubric area, you'll find the rubric for the assignment, capital A. I want to tie that assignment to up here, the assignment. So I just think putting things in the right order is nice. And then Amelia, on your question there about where you put the essays in. So like this whole placeholder concept, okay, let's just briefly step back for a second. AI, as we know it, as most of us know it, are large language models, meaning underneath it all, what they basically do is they create a prediction based on the language you send it. That's what an AI is doing. And so everything is converted into text. And so when you look at here, like we're still doing the same thing with like this delimiter for the essay. We're just going to basically have places where we put blocks of text. And when you use this placeholder thing, Amelia, I know we were working on this last week. This is where you can put in like 30 essays and then add them here. And then it'll be like 30 results that are all that use this prompt.
Awesome.
All
So
right,
when
cool.
I
So
click
let's
on
do
that file, I can upload 25, 30 essays. Really? Any
Yeah, and I would recommend
PDFs and does it have to be a PDF or does it have to be a Word doc or does it matter?
it can be PDF. And you can do it here. So I built in this thing here where you can drop PDFs. You could drop 30 PDFs in there. But it's going to be expensive because this is really expensive. The PDF stripper thing. Basically, I connected the app to a Google AI model that takes PDFs and takes the text out of them, which is nice. It's really convenient, but like it's really expensive. It's not.
Okay.
It's expensive for me. So I think what's going to be better for you is to just do this add text manually and just like open the PDF, open the Word doc, just highlight all the text and then paste it in and save it. Like I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Maybe this.
Or is it best to be a Google Doc? If it's all in a Google Doc, what does it?
Yeah.
What's the cheapest way to do this? Is it just the text? Just plopping the text
As
in?
long as you put the text in, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you put the text in, your students can deliver it in whatever way you want. Because like you'll just open up the Word docs, and I know it's a little bit tedious to be like copy paste, but I mean, just to give you a sense, like if you upload 30 PDFs, it'll probably cost you like $30.
Okay. No more PDFs.
So yeah, I mean, it's nice, and I'll try to figure out some tech ways to let uploading of like Microsoft Word docs. But really just copy, Command A, copy, Command C, or Command A for all, select it all, Command C, copy, and then go back over here and then do paste it. And then so you're going to save it to your files. And then you'll see here it says file saved, and there's this little view file. You don't have to do that, but like what I think, if you view the file, I would go in and name it. Like for your student, like so that'll tie their work to like them, so you'd be like Davis's essay. And then so once this is available as a file, then you select it and you add it, and now you have Davis's essay as one of the ones you can generate. All right, cool. So let's just tighten up this just a little bit. Okay, now I want you to read back. I want you to generate feedback for the writer of the essay. Okay, we're going to do a really fun trick here. So it turns out that emotional stimuli really work with AI models. So if you say something like, they worked really hard on their essays, please give them great feedback, either AI will do a better work, which is kind of interesting. Okay. Goal of the feedback is to go through each element you see in the rubric. Consider that rubric element and the assignment and give constructive feedback on each element in the rubric. I know it's a little bit redundant, but I think it'll work.
Okay.
All right, cool. Um, I'm going to go ahead and specify. I'm going to tell it how to generate. So I'm going to please generate the feedback in this format. And then I'm going to do like this. Generate a score for the essay based on what you see in my grading examples. Yeah. All right. Now, don't be scared too much about these little, we call these handlebars.
Mm-hmm.
This is the very last thing you have to learn. No more stuff on prompting. Okay. So handlebars, I just created this, this video about it. And think of it like a stage at a performance venue. And every night there's a different artist on that same stage. Basically, what you're doing here is creating a space where every time the AI generates, it's going to basically look at the directions in between the handlebars and then generate based on whatever's new in the prompt. So essentially, like if you do 30 essays, it's going to say, cool, essay 1, I'm going to look at the capital E essay and I'm going to change what I do here based on what's in the essay. So it's a way of like creating a place where every time it's unique. And you can give instructions in here. Anyway, so this is a simple one. So, and then by doing this hashtag, it's going to be a title. Okay, and then we'll go here.
So do I upload the text for each essay separately, like as a file, like you did? So that it knows. Yeah. I was thinking first that it would just go all the essays in one text, but then it would get mixed up. Whose essays?
Yeah, it would be messy. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. And then then we'll do like rubric element, and then we'll do like.
Amelia, I have a question. When you're grading these, what's the estimated time to read and grade it?
Each essay is usually about 20 minutes, each one. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. If it's a great essay, it's quicker. But the ones that are really weak can take like a half hour sometimes.
Okay. So, and then you average how many essays?
At least 70. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole weekend.
It's a lot. Let's try it. All right, we're ready to try it. Let's try it. So Amelia, will you let's see, I guess I don't know if I'll be able to see your placeholders, but here, why don't you go here to this link here, Amelia, that's Google Doc link I put here. I just put it in the chat. And then can you just like, I'll create a new, I'll just put this at the bottom. Can you just drop in these essays in here?
In the Google Doc?
And I'll show you. Yeah, and I'll show you how to do the files thing.
Oh. Well, there's already something there. So do I put it just underneath that? Because it's like...
Yeah, just put it up top.
Oh, at the top? Okay. So yeah, I just copy and paste all those. There's like maybe 4 or 5 essays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just copy.
And then you should be able to do this on your own. Oh, you're a platypus. Google's decided that you're an anonymous platypus, Amelia.
Really? Okay. Oh, it doesn't like it. Okay, let me try that again. Copy. Oops. It's not letting me paste. Wait a minute. Maybe I'll try.
Let me see if I have to let anybody. Oh, here, I got it here.
Okay, now.
Okay, now try.
Okay,
Yeah, now try that. Let's see.
Refresh. Okay.
Cool.
All right, now it's there.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Oh, there's the references. Great. Very cool. So I'm going to copy it here. In the files, I'm going to add the text manually. All right, now let's see whose essay this was. This is anonymous student one. All right, cool.
Yeah, I didn't number everything correctly. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I can fix those.
Yeah, just as like demonstration purposes. But also remember that through this, through Eazl, your students' data will not be shared with like with any like it won't be public. It's private. Like the models won't learn from it or anything like that. So their privacy will be preserved. Okay, so let's call this anon 2, and then
That's the third one.
cool. But this is fun. I can feel the tension building on how this is going.
It's gonna work.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then let's do final one. Okay, cool. That's what it is. All right, cool. This is an on 4. All right, cool. So then we're going to just select these checkboxes here. And we're going to be like, cool, we've got these 4 files, add them to the prompt. Cool. All right. So then we'll generate, and then let's try Gemini Pro. So, cool. All right, cool. They're popping in. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm not seeing the preview text yet. It'll come in here in a second. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Gemini Pro, it looks like Gemini didn't get it. Let's try the other. Let's try ChatGPT. Disappointing. I have to see what's going on with Gemini there. Quest is too large. Okay. Let's try Claude. Sweet. Looks like Claude's working nicely.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, so let's check one out.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about this for you, Amelia, this like share. So then if we click share, this copies this link to the clipboard. Let's see if, I'm just going to open a incognito window where I'm not logged in. Let me see if they can come over here and look at this. Let's figure out another incognito. Looks like not. Yeah, but I think we could do that if for now. So like for now, you should be able, Amelia, to like, you could just copy paste this. You can copy up here, and then paste it and send it back to them. But if,
Mm-hmm.
would you want to be able to share this publicly so that like they could come right here and see this like this? So you could just basically like copy the link to each essay for each student? Or would you rather, are you planning to like email them or send it to them some other way?
I'll probably I want to put it private inside the Canvas site that I teach in.
Oh, cool.
That's
So
easier.
you won't use that anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, like let me just like, I'm gonna show you just like let's look at one more real quick, but yeah, cool. So like just real quick, like basically you're gonna see that this is big because we did that handlebars with the one hashtag. So we made it a title. So it's gonna be like, cool, there's a title. And then I did the other handlebars where I was like rubric element and then, constructive feedback on the rubric element. So just to illustrate that the result format is going to follow exactly what you tell the AI to do in the output section at the end there, which is like right here. All right, we're gonna have to wrap this up soon because I do have an 11, but I'm gonna try again, Gemini Pro, because I can't believe it should work nicely. Honestly, Google's AI stuff is a little bit behind. I don't know why. But I'm gonna see.
I'd be curious, Mila,
Let's see.
as you go through these, if you could kind of give feedback, I guess, like maybe next week or whatever on like what worked well and what didn't, or as you go through the prompts, just so we can kind of help, even my own stuff can kind of help fine tune what works in the prompting, because that looked pretty good, but I don't know like what your specific style of grading is, so it would be interesting to me to kind of hear what you think about these outputs and where maybe it could be improved or where it differs from what you might have said.
Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, I've got a meeting like now. I need to go to. But yeah, I'll look more closely at the feedback and then give feedback about that. And
that would be amazing. Just
better because
personal edification. Yeah.
Yeah, but so far it looks really cool. I like how it is very organized as as the rubric would have been too, and it's concise feedback. Seems pretty helpful just glancing at it. So
yeah. Before we sign off, the last thing I'll show you, Amelia, is like here, like if you like, so like just again like this, the title is generated from there, and then the subtitle of the rubric element there, and then the feedback there. If you go in here and change this and you're like construction feedback with at least 5 sentences that refer to specific examples.
That's more helpful to the students, right? If it
from the essay.
Stuff from their essay. That's what I do.
Like, yes, like then it'll change that. Like it'll, you know what I mean? Like it'll give 5 sentences. So I think that, like one thing that people in this AI world talk about is how like you improve it slowly. And actually, I put that in that AI policy work that I sent you. Is like tell your students to like tell you know. Anyway, cool. All right. Well, I'll see you later. I
Yeah.
know everybody has to go.
Thank you so much. This was great.
Take care, guys. See you next week.
Appreciate it.
Bye, Lucas. Bye, Rivali.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Talking like that.
That's cute. Your kids are always welcome on the webinar. No problem.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.